Hola and welcome to Lindita's Kitchen. I am Lindita and today we're making Mexican lasagna. Yeah, I'm known for that too. So we're gonna get started because we've got a full show and we're gonna start up with our chorizo and our hamburger meat. So let's go over and get it started. Okay, so we're gonna get started with 1 pound of your hamburger meat and a half a pound of the chorizo. And what I'm gonna do is go ahead and just pick it up and break it up in my Dutch oven, which I just love. And I've already kind of heated this up a little bit, but you wanna just break it up. And it'll go really well if you kind of bring it to almost like a room temperature with the meat. You don't want it too cold, otherwise it's hard. So we're gonna go ahead and toss this in. Oh, this is one of our favorite recipes too. My boys, this is actually their favorite recipe, one of their favorite, right Ian? One of their most favorite recipes. Okay, and then we can go ahead and get the chorizo. You can buy this at your local grocery store, anywhere. I mean, you can get local, which I do. I'm gonna break all this up. And as you notice, I didn't have to add any oil or anything to this because, you know, you got some good oil in the, grease in the chorizo and in the hamburger meat, right? So, let's cook that up a little bit, stir it up. Okay, like that. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and let it simmer and cook in a medium heat. Right now it's kind of cooking medium, you know. Not too hot, too high. I'm gonna break it up a little bit more. Oh yeah. And then your house, the aromas, it'll fill your house with just a lot of love. Because you'll be tasting the love in a little bit once you make this recipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and just let it cook up for a little bit. I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit more to a medium high. I'm gonna go ahead and cover it and we'll let it cook up. We'll be right back. Okay, well, it's been about 5 minutes. Let me put this over here. What you wanna do, it still needs a little bit more time to cook. So I'm gonna break the pieces up a little bit more. Yeah. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you a little trick that my mom, it was a little tip that my mamacita, she had tips for everything, but this one I really enjoy because it does help in the process. So let's cook it up. It's cooked up pretty well. See that extra grease? So what you wanna do is add like some paper towels, like 3, take 3, just drop it in there. And it's gonna soak up the fat, a lot of the grease. Yeah, I mean, you still want some in there for the flavor, right? And I'm gonna turn the heat down to a low right now, because it's pretty much cooked. But we're gonna just drain some of this fat off. A lot of people don't know that you don't have to dump it and put it in another container, and this works perfect. See how it absorbs all the extra fat and juices. Perfect. Okay, that's good enough. So I'm gonna take this and get rid of it. Okay, so next, and I think the meat looks pretty well cooked. Aye, the aromas, can you smell? We sure can. Okay, so now what you want to add to this is your favorite, like a traditional, spaghetti sauce. Nothing with like the mushrooms or anything like that. You want it just nice and simple because they're gonna be adding some other ingredients to it. So like a traditional spaghetti sauce, perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and add that, and that's 24 ounces. Let me use another spoon here. 24 ounces of your spaghetti sauce. And then I'm gonna just mix that up a little bit like that. We're gonna go ahead and add a teaspoon of the basil, dried basil. Is what I use. All right, so. Okay, and now we're gonna add 2 cups of Linditas salsa. And you can add your favorite salsa, of course. And with Linditas, all you do is just either use 3 medium-sized tomatoes and add the salsa mix, and or open up a can of diced tomatoes and add the mix to it. And this makes a great sauce. Okay, so we're gonna let that cook up a little bit, and then we'll get it ready to set up in our pan, our lasagna pan. It's pretty much ready to go. So it's nice and warm, and that's what you kind of want. You don't want it too cool because you want the cheese to kind of melt in between. So we'll get going, and what you want to do is coat the bottom first. You know, you could spray it if you'd like, but I like to put a little sauce down, the meat sauce, so it won't stick, and you'll see once you make this recipe. So we're gonna do this. Just coat the bottom a little bit. Then we're gonna add our pasta. Now, the nice thing about this type of pasta that I'm using, and a lot of my recipes are kind of simple, fun, you know, so it's not gonna take you all day, so you don't have to like boil these or anything like that. They're actually ready, and they're oven ready pasta, which is amazing. This is the ticket for all of us, you know, so you wanna set these up just like you would for a regular lasagna. We're gonna do 4 on the bottom. And we're gonna have 3 levels. And I've gone ahead and already preheated my oven to 350, just so you know. And we'll just do this. And like I said, you know, on the already oven lasagna, there's about, you may have an extra or 2, but that's okay because, you know, if it's broke, you know, you can reuse it, or, you know, you have an extra. That's all I'm saying. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our mix. So, and you'll need about 2 to 3 cups of the cheese. And I use the Mexican, it's like a fiesta cheese. It's got a variety of different cheeses that are already shredded, you know, to make it easier. You know, you can get that. Or you can shred it, you know, that's totally up to you. But I am showing you a recipe that is gonna be fun, and hey, get the kids involved. They can help out as well. So you know how much meat you want there. You know, it's gonna be plenty for the 4 levels. And again, like I said, I use the cheese and you just sprinkle it in. Okay, so we wanna just put enough cheese in, and then we're gonna start this again. And the pan, the size I used was a 9 by 13. That's plenty. And this recipe is great because you can double this. You know, if you're having a big party, you know, you can always double the recipe. And it can also be frozen. Yeah. You can freeze it and have it for another day. And then when I have frozen it before, what I've done is I've let it thaw out, and then, you know, it'll cook for about 70 minutes. And if it's frozen solid, it'll be like about an hour and a half. And you know, a lot of these directions here that I have, that I'm giving you on the recipe, will also be on my website when the show is comes out. So you'll have all these little tips as well. And we love our cheese here. Oh, yes, we do. So, and again, you can be, you know, you can go heavy or you can go light. And we prefer to go heavy. So now we're gonna do the last level. See, didn't I tell you there was gonna be an extra one? Save it, you might need it for the next dish. Okay, so again, we're gonna go ahead and just, we got plenty here, so I'm gonna really just fill it in. It's one of our favorites. Like when you're going up, when we used to go skiing, well, when the kids were young and we'd go up skiing, it was awesome because this is the recipe that they always wanted to have up there. And I'd make it up and bring it up, and it just brings back a lot of warm memories, you know, of being together. And so now I'm sharing this recipe with you so you can, you know, share it with your family and your friends too. Okay, so that is beautiful. Oh, I'm gonna top this off with the rest of the cheese. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, why not, right? And next, what we need to do is go ahead and foil it. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. Okay, foil it up. All the corners, just like that. And like I said, I already have it on 350 in the oven, so it is ready to go. So let's go pop it in. It's gonna cook for 30 minutes. Okay, so my oven is ready and I set it at 350. And we're gonna put it in the center rack. And again, it's gonna cook for like about 30 minutes, and then we'll take the top off later and I'll show you what we're gonna do. Now here's a great recipe, and it's made with pita bread. And we're gonna make some pita chips, and it's so easy. And again, you can get these at the grocery store, right? I mean, I'm not making them all by hand just because I don't have the time. And for those that don't have the time, this is a great recipe. So we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna go ahead and just cut these up. This is the Greek style, the style, yeah, Greek flavors in the pita. We're gonna do like little, like chips, just like chips. You can make them thinner if you want. Then I have a plain, and we're gonna season those up in a little bit. You'll see what I'm talking about. Mira, just like that. We're gonna go ahead and toss these in this bowl, because then we're gonna season them up. And I like the different colors. It's just a variety, you know, get creative and have some fun, right? Of course. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do another Greek. I like the Greek flavor better, for me anyway. And you'll see, you can tell, you'll be able to know which are, you know, which is your favorite. We're gonna toss them in the bowl. And now we're gonna season them. So I'm gonna set this right here so you'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle them with the olive oil, just plain olive oil. I see. And now I'm gonna add my salt and pepper. Little salt and pepper. I'm gonna use both hands like this because I don't wanna mix them. Just like that. Oh. See, and that's what you can do. Then we're gonna add some basil, dry basil. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and just toss them around. If you need a little bit more oil, just a little bit more. Ooh, yes. We're gonna go ahead and set these aside. Next, I have these little they are the little bites, the pita bites, and they're snacks. You can get them in your grocery store, and they're really fun, you know. And the difference is, I'm gonna go ahead and toss these in, and I have a different type of oil that I just love, and it is my chili oil, olive oil. Go ahead and add my chili oil, olive oil, and again, we're gonna add some pepper, some salt, and some basil, some dry basil. We're gonna mix it all up. Get them nice and just a light coat on them because we're gonna bake these. And I've already gone ahead and set my oven for 400 degrees. Right now it's preheating, so it'll be ready to go. Get these babies cooked up. Okay, so these are all seasoned up. And now they're ready to go on the baking pan here. So I used a little parchment and we're gonna line these up. And like I said, my oven is already preheated at 400 degrees. And these are gonna go in for about 8 minutes. Okay, so 8 minutes, 8 to 10, it depends on your oven. Let me just line some of these up in here too, get them all in there. Like I said, we have a variety of different pita breads for our pita chips. Okay, we've got some extra, so we're gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven. Okay, so my pita chips are ready, and I've added a little bit more oil on there because they got a little dry while I was waiting, and now it's ready. It's at 400. We're gonna toss these in for about 8 minutes or until golden brown. And right as I was doing this, my timer did go off, so I do want to go ahead and check it and see how it's coming along. So I'm going to put my little gloves on here and check on it. I'm going to pull this out just to kind of see where we're at. And if I need to put it in there for a little more, we'll see. Ooh, that looks pretty. You know what? I want to get this a little bit more golden brown, crisp on the top. So I'm going to just set it in there for a couple more minutes, like 5, let's say. Toss it in. And then I'll get started on my party dip for my pita chips. Okay, now I'm going to be making my most requested party dip. Everybody loves it, and you're going to learn how to make it. And it's so easy. This is all you do is we add Linditas. And I'm going to go ahead and add the hot mix to my 24 ounces of sour cream. Okay, let's make sure all that's in there. We're going to go ahead and just stir it up. And we're going to refrigerate this. So once it's all stirred up, we're going to put it in the refrigerator. And we're going to use this for our dip. Yes. Very popular, and it's so easy, like I said. And it's so tasty. And everything's cooking away, and everything's almost ready, almost done. We've got one more little surprise for you. So meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator and check on my lasagna, my Mexican lasagna. Oh yes, it is ready, definitely. Look how beautiful that looks. Okay, let's set this up. We're gonna let it sit for a little bit, let it cool down just a bit before we serve it up. And now my pita bread, my pita chips are ready to also come out at the same time. So we're gonna set this up, let them cool down for a little bit. Ooh, and they're gonna be nice and crispy. And like I said, I also have another little surprise for you, so let's get started. Okay, so this is the little surprise that I was talking about, and it's actually my sister Chabelita's favorite michelada recipe. She's from San Antonio, and this is the only way she has it. So I'm gonna show it for you so we can all share this as well. So we're gonna start out with tahini. Tahini is found, you can find this seasoning anywhere, in every grocery store. So we're gonna fill up the plate, just kind of nice and coat, just like this. And we're gonna use the lime, and we're gonna just use it around our rim here. Let's see. Then we're gonna coat it. Give it that nice little spice that you need. I see. Perfect. So we're gonna put this aside, and now we're gonna go ahead and add all our ingredients. So we're gonna add our ice and our Worcestershire sauce, and you add just a little, just a dash. Okay, it's a little bit more than a dash, but I like it. So, and this is my sister's Tabasco. Okay, Chabelita, I know you can afford a bigger bottle, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and use this because we use the whole thing. So we're gonna go ahead and add our Tabasco. It's so cute, isn't it? I love it. And then we're gonna have our, we're gonna go ahead and add our tomato juice. 4 ounces of the clamato juice, that's what you need. And then, of course, a cold beer. Is that beautiful or what? And of course, add your favorite beer. This happens to be one of mine. So again, we're gonna add a little bit more lime to it. We're gonna squeeze it in there. Nice and refreshing. I think it needs a little bit more beer there. Okay, I'll see. And then we're gonna top it off with her favorite, the celery stick. So we're gonna get ready and we're gonna set it all up and we're gonna have a sip as we go. Thank you. Let's get started. Mira, mis amigos, we are done. And this Mexican lasagna is gonna be a hit at your house as well. And let me tell you what I did. I did top it off with some lettuce and a little sour cream, and you can add some salsa to it as well. And I want to say, and I want to do a shout out to my sister-in-law, Tara Winters, for providing this awesome, actually, and it looks beautiful, recipe for the pita chips. And it's very tasty and you're going to love them as well. And my Chabelita, this is going to be now called Chabelitas. And it is fabulous. Thank you, hermana. And to you, all my viewers, I just want to say thank you so much for writing in and just the wonderful compliments. We've been enjoying them, and for, you know, placing orders. And again, if you want to get any of these recipes, just go to linditasalsa.com and you'll see us all there. There's other shows. So if you have any questions, please, you can write in as well. So again, until next time, I just want to say thank you to our viewers, and we'll see you. Salud.